have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Up everyone is doing well, winning live. First and foremost, I want you all to smash the piece of that like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash it right now. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you do so. We got the notification bell ding dong. Let's have it right, so you know when we go live. And we got the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. And salute to the no surrender mentality. So let's get straight into it. Our review on Legia Warsaw v Chelsea. Chelsea win 3-0, expected. But let's get straight into, I want to start off with this, with the comments before the game of Enzo Maresca. He says, we have shown them some of the environment in this stadium so they can adapt. The players have to think they are lucky to experience these kinds of games. All right? Now, credit to the Legia supporters. I mean, they're elite, bruv. Maybe old Meatloaf Tout Bowley, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to get his fingers in that club because, have it right, he'll kill that atmosphere. The atmosphere was relentless. It was unbelievable. The ultras, the culture, constant chanting throughout the entire game, flares going off. I mean, it was relentless, bruv. And respect to them. Like, you know, the final's going to be played at that ground. So, unfortunately, they're out. They're out now. But Enzo Maresca's comment about the players are lucky to be in this, in this environment, in this game. I mean, that is an insult to Chelsea Football Club. And people go, "Oh, stop misinterpreting." He's talking about the atmosphere. Let's have it right. None of these experienced, majority of them, bar Reece James and that, they haven't had the experience of playing. And Sancho, let's have it right, he's played Champions League final and all that. But the majority of the players, they have never experienced like anything playing for Chelsea of this kind of European competition, bro. The reality is the competition itself should be lucky, should be thanking that Chelsea are participating, because we've before these clowns when they took us over, yeah, we were the champions of the world. We were Super Cup winners. We'd won the Champions League. We're an elite football club. It's an embarrassment and an insult that we are in this competition. I can't get up for this competition. It's dross. I mean, the standards are so in the mud. It's like what are we doing here? I've been watching Champions League, like PSG, Liverpool, PSG against Villa, Arsenal, Real Madrid. You're looking at the levels in the Champions League. That's what we're used to at Chelsea. We're Chelsea Football Club, for crying out loud. This is not Chelsea as far as I'm concerned. Yes, it's great. If we win it, we should win it. Why are we not going to win it? Everyone is rubbish in this competition. It shouldn't even exist, this competition. It's embarrassing. I'm not celebrating it like the old Hammers celebrated it, bruv. What are we doing here, bruv? We're football heritage, Chelsea. But aside from that, Enzo Maresca is just mid-mentality. It's like, you know, the players just be drilled in. You're going out there. It doesn't matter about the atmosphere. It doesn't matter. We're just going to go and win. We're going to go and get the job done. Legia Warsaw should be lucky that they're playing Chelsea, because we're football royalty. We see things they'll never see. Do you understand me? That's the mentality. But it is what it is. Anyway, going into the starting lineup. I mean, what are we doing here? Why is he starting Cole Palmer? You benched him against Brentford, and you're starting him against this weak team in the Conference League. It's an insult to Cole Palmer, but let's have it right. Is it or is it not? Maybe it's because he's carrying some sort of injury, mate, but no one wants to talk about it. Maybe because he's having his injections, mate. Yeah? Let's have it right. And then you drop Reece James against Arsenal. You start him on the left centre-back against Brentford and don't play him in his position. And then you play him in midfield with Weddinghall. I mean, that tells you the standards of the opposition we're playing, that you can do that. Because in any Premier League game, you can't be doing that. He plays Nkunku up front as a number 9 when he's told us countless times he's not a number 9. And he's played Tyreek George, fantastic, lovely for the kid to get some minutes under his belt and experience. He's playing Cole Palmer in number 10, and he's put Sancho on the right. Sancho, it's like he's undroppable, this guy. He's undroppable. And then in the back line, Tozin, you've got Gusto, You've got Badashile and then Josh Akinpong and Jorgensen, who we were told is our number one. He's not our number one anymore. He's Sanchez is our number one when we heard Sanchez was our number one. So it's all a shit show. The reality is, play your best players against Brentford in a must-win game for the Premier League, where we've dropped 2 points now because of this manager's incompetence, bruv. And he's trying to manage minutes. You pay your best players in must-win games. This competition doesn't need your best players. It doesn't. You should have rested Cole Palmer tonight. He doesn't need to play this competition. You rested Enzo Fernandez and Casado, and rightly so. They shouldn't be playing in this competition. You know, this competition is bottom of the barrel, bruv. It's a Mickey Mouse competition, Tin Pot Trophy, all right? And I keep saying it. I watch these teams that we play in this competition, and there is no doubt in my mind that we're gonna struggle in any way. And let me put it into context for you. Their most expensive player cost £201,000. All right, we had about £500 million on that pitch. All right, and we only beat them 3-0. Come on, bruv, what we doing here? So anyway, in the first half, absolute dross, lethargic, slow, no real creation. Cole Palmer is definitely off it, disinterested, carrying a knock, shouldn't be playing. And this fraud gaffer he's a yes man. He keeps playing him, bruv, because he's so dependent on Cole Palmer. You know, first half, write off, absolute write off. Then what does he do? He takes Cole Palmer off. All right. He brings on what's his name? Mudueke. So Mudueke comes on, and Nkunku goes into the number 10 position, which is actually his position. Sancho goes on the left and Tyreek George down the middle. And straight away, the impact. It's not about how we play. It's not about a team performance. It was Reece James, Minerals General leader, making something out of nothing happen by taking a shot outside the box. And who's there to get the rebound? Because it was a good save by their goalkeeper. It was Tyreek George, gets his first senior goal. Salute to our Cobham boy. You can always rely on one of our own, bruv. And let's have it right. Reece James contributed. And let's have it right. Tyreek George celebrating why he's in the thumbnail. Because it's lovely to see Cobham young'un, get his first senior goal for Chelsea, bruv. And why did Enzo Maresca sub him off? Let him play, bruv. He's not going to play in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? I just don't understand this logic. It's ridiculous. And going on to that, he subbed on two other young'uns. All right. You can't do that in the Premier League. You can't do that in Europa League. You can't do that in Champions League. So it tells you the levels of what we're playing here, bruv. All right. But Mudueke comes on. You got Sancho, freedom fighting. He's freedom fighting for assist now, is he? So he's bagged an assist, supplying Mudueke. Lovely finish from Mudueke. He gets his goal. Everyone's raving about Noni Madueke. Oh, he's our best winger. What are we doing here, bruv? He's not trying to sell him in the summer. And they're going to sell him this summer more than likely. But the reality is, like, you expect that from any of your wingers to be scoring against this team. This team is so poor, bruv. They were only relying on counter attack, and they can't even do that. You know, apart from the first 2 minutes in the first half, they did nothing, and that was because it was mist, bruv. It was fog of flares everywhere, bruv. Anyway, we get a penalty, and then Nkunku takes up the steps up for the penalty, and it's a great save from the goalkeeper. It is what it is. I mean, did anyone see Nkunku's shot in the first half? I mean, he just went for a shot. He was like, didn't give a shit. He doesn't care, bruv. He's been disrespected. And at the end of the day, why is this manager playing him if he's not got the confidence and he's not got the momentum, and they've tried to sell him in 2 transfer windows? Like, what are we doing here? I don't blame him, bruv. At the end of the day, he's not a striker, so stop playing as a striker. That's down to the manager making them decisions, or the coach. Let's have it right. Yes, man. Yes, man, tax. And then obviously Wedding Hall, decent game, but this is his level, bruv. This is Wedding Hall's level. Because he ain't doing it in the Premier League. He definitely won't be doing it in Europa or Champions League. So have it right. He does it in the Championship, and that's his level. So he's going to look decent. A lot of these players look decent, you know. And then the back line, comfortable. I mean, they weren't. I think Jorgensen made 1 save. People might say, oh, Sanchez wouldn't have saved that. I mean, it is what it is. But the reality is, Gusto played, then Cucurella come on, Reece James went off, you know, Tozin off, and Cole will come on. What are we doing here, bruv? It's just Don't even play them. Let them rest. Like, what are we doing? It's just listen. The play is lethargic, bore fest. The style of football. Enzo Maresca comes out after the game and goes, "Oh, we need to try and play better against low blocks and faster pace and have more shots like Reece James. Taking shots. You're the manager. You're meant to set them up. What's the training about then? We're always playing low blocks. If you can't break low blocks, then we're done out here, aren't we? Anyway, Nkunku misses the penalty. Sancho again assists Madueke. He gets his 2 goals. And I'm not really going to praise him for it. I mean, when I look at the level of competition and the standards, it's just so low. It's on the floor, and it's just an expected win. I mean, if we don't win this trophy, it's criminal. Let's have it right. And the only thing you can say is, it'll be great to win the whole set. Fantastic. That's all you can really say, is that we're the only club to win every single trophy in existence in football. But I want to give a special shout out to one player in particular, who I'm going to say is my man of the match, and that's Josh Akinpong. I thought he was class tonight. Absolutely class. I've got some stats from Josh, which I want to read out. 97% pass accuracy, 2 chances created, 2 out of 2 dribbles completed, 2 blocks, 2 interceptions, 2 recoveries, 5 out of 6 duels. I mean, we know he was man of the match. I can't remember which Premier League game it was, but he was man of the match in that. He can get in the midfield as well. Enzo Maresca says, he showed he can move positions, fullback, midfielder. He's mature, composed, and open to learning. But he's fallen in love. He says he was one I fell in love with tonight, and that's Cobham. That's Cobham standards, because Cobham tonight, we have to salute it, because these players don't get a lot of Premier League minutes, and they wouldn't do if we had Roman. But what they do bring at a level which is the right development path for them to play in a conference league like this, they showed their quality. They showed their levels above the opposition. And that's Cobham Academy. The Cobham Academy is not valued by these clowns at our football club. They've sold Cobham Academy to under Blue Coat as a separate limited company for PSR reasons. They've gutted every pure profit player out. That's all they see with Cobham players, is pure profit. There's going to be no future for these players. They're going to get sold eventually, and that's the reality. But Josh, for me, maturity at a young age. He played on the right as well. Just fantastic player. Why are we playing Reece James in midfield with Wedding Hall? That was very risky for me. But again, he'll get away with it because of the level of opposition. But this is really. I'm just being honest. I mean, the PR before the game was Chelsea have averaged 3.6 goals per game in the Conference League so far. The best return for any side in UEFA action this season. Well, of course it will be. Look at what the competition is. You're not in Champions League. You're not in even Europa League. And even Europa League's a very low level. Do you know what I mean? We looked at Europa League and looked down at it. It was like when we were in it the 2 times, we went and won it. But we don't value it. We never bring it to the discussion and debate about, we've won 2 Europa Leagues. Like, we bring the Champions League because that's the pinnacle, bruv. But anyway, it is what it is. I think it's criminal, the lineups. Listen, you can see that this manager, all right, is not picking a consistent lineup, and that's a concern. How do you expect to get consistency and momentum and players building chemistry if you're not playing the same players every single game? The Conference League should be for the ones that don't get into the first team. Standard. Do you know what I mean? But he did that for Brentford. He played players that shouldn't be playing against Brentford. Jackson. Play Jackson. Let him have a few minutes in the second half. Why not? Get him some 15 minutes. You didn't even do that. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm not here to scream and shout and praise his performance, because for me, the levels are in the absolute gutter. Absolute gutter. On all levels. So for me, I want to praise the Cobham kids, because it's a big occasion for them. They dealt with the atmosphere fantastic. These other players are more senior and more professional. But what experience have these players really had? apart from, you know, the Reece Jameses, Nkunku Champions League experience, Sancho. You know, they've played that. And Cucurella come on, obviously, and it is what it is, bruv. You know, we take the win. We don't have to worry about the second leg. And maybe should be focused on beating Ipswich and playing your best players and not benching your best players, the most important players for this one, for the next Premier League game. And that's where we are, bro. You know, it is what it is. But listen, fair play. Salute to everyone. Salute to the away supporters who had to wait how long, half an hour after or something stupid, or an hour, because their ultras are relentless, bruv. They like a little scrap. But you know, it is what it is. We are where we are. We don't have to accept it, but it is what it is. I just don't enjoy this competition. No team in this competition has got any levels, bruv, whatsoever. I can't even say Real Betis at this point if we meet them in the final. I just, you know, it's just, I just feel embarrassed, bruv. I wasn't even going to do a video. That's how deep it is. But listen, we've heard about the striker selection. Paulstein's come out. We're not hearing anything about Gyökeres. Osimhen, he snuck in there, but other reporters are not putting Osimhen. They're giving us Cisco, Delap, and all the usual dross. That's where we are now at Chelsea. We're not being run as an elite football club. So for me, win, lose or draw, blue co out. I couldn't give a toss. You win me the Conference League. I don't care if you get me Champions League football or Europa League football out. I'm done. They're not going to change. They're not going to change their model. And as far as I'm concerned, they are killing our football club. So it is what it is. Big up to everyone in here. Salute to you. Make sure you put all your comments down below. I'll leave you with our Don Roman because they're the standards that we hold. As always, up the Chelsea, up Mills FC. Let's have it right.
Roman Abramovich, Roman Abramovich, Roman Abramovich, Roman Abramovich, Roman Abramovich, Roman Abramovich, Roman Abramovich.